Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm Reverend Mary, and with me is Reverend Bryan. And we are here to do your more or less 3 card tarot readings. When you post your questions in our chat, so our basic rules are we aren't medical people, so we can't take medical questions. We aren't legal people, so we can't take legal questions. We can't predict the offspring of your unborn children, but congratulations.
The
Oh, wait a
gender.
minute.
There.
We can't predict the gender of your unborn offspring. Congratulations. And we can't predict the outcome of the upcoming U.S. elections. And we can't predict the outcome of any upcoming or of any of the ongoing world conflicts. But we do encourage everyone to settle their difficulties peacefully and play nice with each other.
We encourage you to play nice with your toys, share with others, or go about your business.
Yes. And we encourage you to post your questions in chat for us.
More importantly, post your questions in the chat. It's Thursday, Mary. Yay!
Yay, it's Thursday. And also, I will, as a bit of same shameless self-promotion, add that this week I have started posting daily tarot readings on Divination TV. You can find them. They're going up at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Bryan doesn't do stuff that early, 8
No,
a.m.
Bryan does
Eastern.
do stuff that early. Bryan just is at work that early.
Yeah. However, you can find them on Divination TV and Corellian TV. Um, whatever time of day you would like to check them out. And
For the record, Mary, I pull my personal daily tarot card every morning at 7:45 Eastern Time, which is
he's
your
just
time.
6:45.
Right.
He's just not doing it online in front of the whole world with a smile.
No, I am not. Period.
And we do have a question.
Yay.
Van- Vanya wants to know if she should do a market next week. Will it be worth it since it's a small one, or should she instead prep for October markets? All righty.
For context, Mary, I think you know this. Vanya sells these cute little ghosts, not to be confused with the cute little rocks that I got in the mail. So I'm going to go out on a whim here and say focus on. Yes. I win. Huzzah. And I'm using a new deck tonight, Mary. Where's the
Is
box?
this is this the mushroom deck you told me about earlier?
It's the one you probably have seen it on my personal postings. It's called the
Yeah,
Midnight Mushrooms. And yes, they're all various forms of fungi. Some that I
there's
cannot
fungus
pronounce.
among us.
Yes, there is a fungus among us. Fun fact, I don't like eating mushrooms, but I do find looking at them quite interesting.
Alrighty. So I had two jumpers this time.
You get a jumper. You get a jumper.
Alrighty. Well, the first card I've got is the Queen of Swords.
Hi, Mary.
Yes, it's me. And the Queen of Swords is counseling to look at what worked in the past, what didn't work in the past. Then I've got Temperance, which is talking about looking at the whole picture, and it's a situation where the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Then I've got the Hierophant, which is suggesting take counsel of your higher self. I'm going to pull one more clarity card. I've got the Ace of Pentacles.
Money.
Yes. All in all, to me, it suggests focusing on the larger markets.
Yeah. Little markets are cute, but gotta think on the bigger picture. Oh, Mary,
Yes.
fours in numerology, going to our your favorite skill set in the world, are what?
Fours are focusing on hard work, preparation.
Yep. So the first card I pulled is the Four of Pentacles, which in tarot is around control, stability, and being conservative. So this goes along kind of what Mary was talking about, where I would focus on the bigger markets, even though the small markets, maybe you want to go check it out and meet people and meet the organizers and make connections. I wouldn't say to go for making sales. Now, the reason I asked Mary about fours in numerology is I pulled two fours in a row. The second four that I pulled is the Four of Swords. Now, also, so swords are about communication, mindfulness, and that kind of thing. So, with the Four of Swords, I would also say that skipping this market specifically and focusing on the October markets would be a good chance for you to rest, recharge, work on maybe some new pieces to sell, calibrate your spoons, whatever, to focus on the bigger markets where you'll be able to have more energy and possibly make more money. Because we are very pro making money here. Now, hey, Mary,
Yeah,
right off the bat, we did it.
we got the Hierophant.
Yes. So, much like Dora the Explorer, Mary and I like to tell each other we did it when we pull the same cards in a spread. Um, and, I would also say, markets, and especially in the work that you do, it's trusting your intuition and in this new venture, coming up with the traditions and the cycles that work. So I'm going to agree with Mary and say skip this one and focus on the October markets because that is where you will need maximum spoon calibration. Also, for us to get the same card right off the bat in the evening is always good mojo for us.
It is. We have maximum calibration.
We do. Have we ever three of us pulled the same card? I don't think we have yet.
No.
That's when we hit supreme calibration.
All right. And Darcy wants to know if work will level out this week or if she should expect more turmoil. Turmoil. All righty.
Oh, Vanya said thank you. Same card on the same pull. She said she gets it a lot.
Okay.
When the thing that Mary and I have found is that we've been doing this over a year together. We've actually only read once in person, And our mentor, we call him a mentor?
Yes.
Sure, mentor. Rev Don says that when you start doing that when reading with another person, that your energies have synced up in optimum form. All right. Cards for Darcy. All right. I'll go first.
All righty.
So we got lots of ones. First one, Ace of Swords. So swords are around communication, mindfulness, clarity. Um, but the Ace of Swords is around a breakthrough. So things are headed in a good direction once all of the communication pieces fall in line, right? So things will start settling out. Second card I pulled is the Ace of Cups, which is around emotions, creativity. So there's a lot of emotions right now. There's a lot of communication. Those two things need to sync up. And then there needs to be a rejuvenation of new ideas in order for things to sort of settle out. 3 1s in a row, Mary. What do you got in your numbers land? Third card, Ace of Wands, which is around passion, light, potential. Um, so there's a lot of new things coming and a lot of things going to happen. I'm gonna go along the lines of not more turmoil, but there is a leveling out eventually, and I pulled one more card just because there were so many ones. And I got the Wheel of Fortune. So there's potentially some other things hiding in but everything's coming to light, and I feel like change is in the air. It's just not change as fast as you would like it to be, but things are leveling out.
Ace of Wands.
We did it. We did
We did it. We did it. So that is the only ace I pulled, but this is around passion. And so I'm going to read this as there's there's a little more turmoil to come. Then I've got the King of Cups. So this one's speaking to you
Hello,
about,
Elder Hobbit.
huh?
My mother's here in the chat.
What?
My mother's in the chat.
Oh, hello. So this is talking to you about managing your emotions around the situation and taking some time out when you need to. And then I've got the Nine of Cups, the wish card, which means be careful what you wish for in this situation, because whatever you wish for, you're going to get. So I'm going to pull one more card, and I get the Eight of Pentacles, which means that ultimately you're going to be respected for doing a very good job in a very difficult circumstances.
Alrighty.
So
I think that's the first time that it's happened back to back, though. So go team.
I I am quite positive this is the first time. Okay, Anissa, you've asked two questions back to back. We're not going to predict about the Starbringers crew.
That falls under legal and
Politics.
medical and
Legal,
world.
medical, politics. Yeah, that's stuff we do not comment on. You
Global
did ask,
issues.
will Houston, Texas ever get a new Wiccan group? The closest pagan Wiccan group is in a little town outside of Houston. That
Don't we have a brother in Texas, though? I don't know where he is in Texas, though. Texas is kind of huge. Period.
we do have a brother in Texas, and I don't remember off the top of my head exactly where he is. However, Anissa, the simplest way to get a group would be to start one, but we can read on this question about if you can find it. Will you find a group closer to you?
I don't feel like that's a cards question. I feel like that's a knowledge question.
But I really think there are groups in Houston.
Definitely. Hey, Mom, it's about to be your birthday in a couple days. You should make us pull cards for you. I dare you.
But let's read and see if Anissa can find a group close to her.
I just lost half my cards.
Well, make Elvis pick them up.
Elvis, come get the cards. Oh, she did jump down.
Alrighty then.
I think I'm gonna do a little counting. Hold on to 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 40. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50. 10, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, she didn't knock them off. It was shuffling. I'm not going to consider those jumpers if half the deck exploded. All right.
So, Anissa, I have got for you the Eight of Lamps. You can see we have someone who is mastering their craft here. So, this is talking about putting time into studying. We have strength, and wow, I forgot I had a background on. And we also have the body, which is talking about the interconnectedness of everything. So I'm going to say that if you look hard enough, you can find a group closer to you in Houston.
All right. First card I have is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is about challenges. It's Texas. Mary lives in a southern state. It's not the easiest thing to find like minded folk, but she makes it happen. So it's possible, but there will be challenges. Even in New York, there are challenges. So there will be challenges, but don't let that, turn you off. It's possible. I pulled the Eight of Cups, which is about introspection and deeper purpose. I hate to say it, But if you can't find one, it might be time to start one. Or there's nothing wrong with being solitary. The internet is a wonderful thing. Mary and I, in our tradition, have only hung out in person one time. We do this every week. And we see each other what? Twice a week?
Yeah,
Virtually?
virtually.
Pending any spiritual emergencies. So it is possible. The third card I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles, which is again about abundance and prosperity. So I would say it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but it will take time, resources, and a little research.
Okay. And TL, you are up next, but we are going to pause for a word from our sponsors first. And one more.
Ready to unlock the secrets of the universe? Join me, Reverend Don Lewis, for my metaphysical and magic auctions at Gaia Thrift at whatnot.com. Discover fascinating artifacts, mystical crystals, and rare and unusual books that could change your life. Don't miss this chance to bring a little magic into your world. Reverend Don's Metaphysical and Magic Auctions, where the extraordinary can become yours.
Sorry, Bryan. Didn't mean to shrink you.
'Tis the
All
story of the
right.
morning.
And now TL has asked, will this relationship end or become a marriage?
Okay.
All righty. And Darcy said, thank you. I'll take a deep breath. And Darcy's a little freaked out with the double pull and all the aces.
I'm not. It means we're in sync. Right, Elvis? Oh, see? Elvis agrees.
Elvis is our tarot kitty.
Elvis, are you the mascot? Yeah. So
The
hello.
official mascot of Tarot Thursday.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I can't let Hella in here. She's too loud.
Doesn't stop Elvis.
Well, Hella is way louder than Elvis.
Also true. All right, so going over here. I can go first if you like.
All right. Well, I've got the Princess of Lamps. Lamps refers to magic and spirituality, and the princess refers to working with what you have in a situation. I have the King of Wands. Wands are about our passions, and the kings are about being in control of the passion. I've got the Two of Lamps, which is about using your abilities to help the community, which doesn't answer your question. And I'm going to pull one more card. And I've got the Ten of Wands, which is talking about coming to the end of a cycle. So it does not look promising there, TL. You can go ahead, Bryan.
First card I have is Eight of Wands, which is in the Passion realm wands, but it's around progress and movement, and it's rapid. So you don't want something rapid when it comes to a relationship. That's usually something you want kind of a slow burn on. Um, However, the second card that I pulled is Temperance, which is around balance and alchemy and taking something old and something new and putting them together. That whole, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, blah blah blah. So, there's possibility there. How the third card I pulled is the King of Swords. And I would say with the King of Swords, this card is more about mental strength and clarity. So, all in all, I would say I'm not going to say this relationship is going to end anytime soon, but I'm not leaning towards marriage. I am leaning more towards, a long relationship that just doesn't get to the finish line. But there's nothing wrong with that.
So I hope that's helpful. And hello to Psyche Awakens, who says that not NASA will be fine and her cats knock the cards off the table all day long. Anissa says, happy birthday to Mama Endicott. Psyche also suggests find a new age store and inquire there. I think that's for Anissa looking for like-minded pagans, and Psyche is asking to get on the list, wants to know how things are looking for them in general. Certainly.
Look, we summoned a Fluffy without summoning a Fluffy.
Hey, Fluffy, how you doing?
Yes, Elvis? What?
Yeah, Fluffy's here, Elvis.
Respectfully, I don't think Fluffy is in Elvis's realm of folk she would hang out with.
Why? Because he's a wolf?
She doesn't do she doesn't do other four-legged things in general.
I can respect that.
Had to get my Fluffy replaced. It had gotten
Yeah, whatever, Fluffy.
Oh boy. I had to pause myself there for a second.
Okay, the first card I've got is the Princess of Pentacles. And the Princess of Pentacles means you have the resources to accomplish what you want to do, but somehow you're holding yourself back. We have the Ten of Cups, which is the Happy Family card. And then we have the Fool, which means you're starting a new cycle and you can really go in any direction you choose at this point. And yes, the Fluffy is three-legged, not four. We forgot about the
Yes.
amputation. Sorry.
However, I should make the amendment that she prefers her folk two-legged and not of the same fuzzy persuasion as she is. So that will all encompass various degrees of missing parts. If you have fur, a tail, and pointy ears, she is not interested. However, the cards I have for you, Psyche, are the Four of Cups, which is about distraction, being withdrawn emotionally. So there's a lot of options you can take, a lot of places you could go. But I would say it's a good time to step back and evaluate all of your options from that emotional standpoint before moving forward. The Six of Wands, as we've talked about, swords. Wow, sorry. Six of Swords, which is all in the communication realm and mindfulness, is this is definitely a big transition period for you. And again, with the withdrawing, transitioning, and letting go of things that are no longer serving you. And also in that Four of Swords is is the Four of Swords, which I pulled, which again talks about recharging and rest. So I would say in general, this is a good time for you to maybe take a break, recharge, recalibrate, and assess a lot of your options before making that next decision in whatever it is that you're contemplating. I don't know why I got tongue tied all of a sudden. Okay.
Okay. And now we've got a question for Pratik, who's asking, should I go meet a particular person next week? Will the reconciliation happen? Alrighty. So we'll do Pratik and then Fluffy. Although Fluffy, you're on the right path.
He just likes affirmation. That's fine.
Yes, but I'm still gonna mess with him.
That's fine. Now I want a Dr. Pepper, and I should not have Dr. Pepper at 10:30 at night. So thank you so much, Fluffy.
Yes, if we're chatting with Fluffy and you suddenly crave a Dr. Pepper, just blame Fluffy.
That's fine. At 10:30 at night I will. But I'll be sure to
I'm
drink
I'm,
it.
I'm just explaining this to the people who have joined us.
Ah, yes.
If you just start randomly craving a Dr. Pepper, he's the reason.
I like the coconut Dr. Pepper. It's my favorite.
I can't wrap my mind around that.
They make it in diet. Jay had it. It's really good.
And Fluffy says drinks Dr. Pepper.
All right, so on to practic. Okay, so reconciliation. Let's see here. The first card I have is the Five of Pentacles. So I know you're not talking about money and the material realm, but this is around abandonment and loss. So I'm not getting a vibe of reconciliation just yet, but there are more cards. People need to stop messaging me when I'm doing this. The Hermit, which is around self-reflection and truth. So I will say that you are in the process of making reconciliation, but the other party not so much. However, as we like to say when we pull this card, which is the Nine of Cups. Mary, what do we say about the Nine of Cups?
It's the wish card.
Exactly. So be careful what you wish for, and I see that maybe you're hoping for reconciliation, but if you really want that reconciliation, be very careful what you wish for, because you will get it in however it is you're manifesting it, and it might not turn out the way you want it to. So be very careful. But I hope you find what it is you seek reconciling.
All right. The first card I've got for you is time. And you can see here the Mayan god of time. And the Mayans believe that time works in cycles that repeat rather than being something linear that just keeps going. So when this card comes up, it's a reminder that time moves in cycles. So my sense here is that you're repeating a cycle, and either something you've done before with relationships or that you've done before with this person. The next card I've got is the Seven of Lamps. And here we see someone doing a cleansing under the full moon. So this means that right now you need to be releasing what doesn't serve you anymore. What patterns, ways of thinking, even relationships. So, why do you want to reconcile here? Is this relationship going to serve you going forward in the future? And then the last card I have for you is the King of Swords. And swords are around communication and also action. So, what do you need to communicate, or how do you need to communicate with this person to make reconciliation even possible in this situation? And thank you. I'm rather fond of the hat myself. So I hope this is helpful for you, Pratik. And then back to Fluffy, who just wants a check-in. You got out of your comfort zone. Hi,
Yeah.
Elvis.
You want to tap the cards?
Positive things happened. And you want to know, are you on the right track, or do you need to fine tune a little bit? And by the way, I do
Keep
want to
the
throw
wrench
this.
out of the electrical socket, Fluffy.
If you want to book a private reading with Bryan or me or Reverend Don, you can do so at divinationtv.com. What should you be doing right now, Pratik? You should be letting go of the past. That's what you should be doing.
You can always watch back the readings later and listen to the messages and take notes. I know a lot of people who do that after they get our readings. It's kind of creepy, but it's helpful.
I know I keep looking off camera here.
It's where you do your shuffling, so we don't have any problems.
No, I didn't say the
We did not say
reconciliation
that.
would happen.
Nope. All right, on to the fluff. That sounded really bad, but we're gonna go with it. Off to the fluffing. First card for Fluffy is the Page of Cups. So we're gonna remind you about, well, Fluffy. The deck I'm using tonight are all these little mushrooms. So, you know, cups, emotions, adoration. I think you're on the right track. You just need to focus and channel your emotions, but I am not the person you want to talk to when it comes to emotions. Mary can attest to that. Emotions, I am not your guy. The Wheel of Fortune. There is some risks involved with what you're doing, and I think fine tuning is a risk, but if you think it's worth it, a little tinkering can't hurt. You know, if you start to see sparks or fire, maybe don't continue on, would be my approach. And my third card, the Three of Pentacles, which we always talk about: teamwork, buddy system, working with others, collaborating. So I do feel like you're on the right path. Like I said, a little tinkering couldn't hurt. However, if you start to see sparks, smoke, or fire, stop tinkering. Go do the thing. You're already doing it.
All right. So before I show this card, I should
Oh,
mention that
uh-oh.
when Reverend Don came out with the Infinite Tarot and did the Kickstarter, he gave people the option of commissioning a card. You saw my Queen of Swords card earlier. I give you the Fluffy card.
That is not a card that counts in this reading. He gets 4 cards by default.
No, I shuffled out and pulled his card. I can pull one more card, but hey, Fluffy, I pulled your card. So, I pulled your own card. I don't know what else to tell you. You're on the right track, bro. I really, really don't. So, we got the Eight of Swords. You were feeling stuck, but now you're moving. We got Future. So, like, just be careful you don't fly so high that your wings melt off. But I will pull one more card.
Just saying.
And I got the Prince of Lamps. And the Prince of Lamps means if you find something that isn't working, change your course. So there.
Ah.
All right, so let's go back. So Dee says, I had 2 interviews last night. I don't know which one I would be successful. We're going to need a little more information to do a reading on that, Dee.
Just a tad.
So, Dee, can you post something to clarify that a little? And Kyron, I do see that you're asking for a reading. Is that a general reading? You're very welcome, Fluffy.
I'm looking for your mushroom.
That, I'm not even going there.
Wow. I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah, one day I want you two in the same room.
Who?
You and Fluffy.
I don't think anyone would survive. Except me and Fluffy.
Well, I'm going to have a camera set up on record.
Okay. Will there be Dr. Pepper?
I'm sure there'll be. Well, any place Fluffy manifests, there's Dr. Pepper.
But that doesn't mean I'm getting one, so I just want to make sure there's extra.
All right. Well, Karen has clarified they want a general reading. So
I
we'll go
found you.
ahead and Queen of Swords. Yep, that's my card. We'll go
Yep.
ahead and do Karen's general. And D, if you could clarify.
Your mushroom is lion's mane, by the way.
All right. Okay, like Fluffy, I can't drink regular Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper Zero is not terrible. Diet Dr. Pepper's okay.
I really don't drink soda anymore.
We could put black cherry and vanilla seltzer together and it'll taste the same.
Maybe one. All right, general reading for Kieran.
Okay. And then Brian's turning into a pumpkin.
Well, if Dee posts clarification, we'll
Oh no,
do that.
after right. Exactly. But no more new ones. You get the idea.
I get the idea.
All right. Yes, Elvis? Yes, I know. You heard the end, which means can time. So the first card that I pulled is death. So death is around change, endings, rebirth, not death like dying, just something new, kind of like a caterpillar or a moth. So definitely some changes coming your way, good ones. Second card I pulled is Judgment, which is also around with death. You know, Judgment is about absolution, evolution, and reflection. So while you are ending a cycle and going on to something new, it's a good time to take stock of what's happened and reflect on it, journal on it, do some shadow work. It can't hurt. It's good. We love shadow work in this dynamic duo. Third card I pulled is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is about emotional elation. So also something I feel like something emotionally is coming to an end and something that needs reflection on. It doesn't have to be a lover, it could be a friendship, it could be a coworker, it could be just like anything even platonic or professional. Some cycle is ending and it's a really good time to take some stock on that. It's an important, to make note of it and to see what you could have done or will do differently in the future. So I hope that's helpful.
All right, first card I've got for you is the Two of Swords. So this indicates some type of partnership, and this is more like a business partnership or an alliance than a friendship. Then we've got the Emperor. So this means a situation where you're dealing with temporal authority. And then we've got the Ten of Lamps. And this is referring to spiritual studies and coming to an end of a cycle with doing spiritual studies. And shadow work is dealing with the darker part of yourself, what we don't like to look at, and coming to terms with that. It's reclaiming those lost parts of ourselves is another way of looking at it. And if you look at our sister station, Corellian TV, Reverend Don recently posted a video about doing shadow work that you could take a look at. That you might find helpful. Well, I hear Elvis the Tarot Kitty.
Yes.
He is really bugging his daddy.
Come here, girl. Yes.
So we're coming up on the end of the hour, and Bryan has stated his desire to turn into a pumpkin.
Some sort of gourded vegetable is fine.
Okay. So we're going to close out for the evening. Just a reminder, you can check out my daily tarot readings. As I said, they post at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, although you can look at them at whatever time of day works for you. And you can always book a private reading with either of us at divinationtv.com and join us again next Thursday. Also, Reverend Don and I will be doing a crystal web ritual. Stop laughing at me. A crystal web ritual on Divination TV and Corellian TV on Wednesday the 11th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So, thank you so much for joining us, tarot fans. Have a wonderful rest of your